As an English learner, have you ever felt like you're just adding fuel to the fire when trying to communicate? It's a common struggle, but don't worry, today, we're going to unlock the meaning of this tricky idiom. Let me tell you a story about a friend of mine who got a little too literal with this expression. One day, my friend was helping me start a campfire, but when I said, "Okay, now add some fuel to the fire," he literally grabbed a can of gasoline and started pouring it on the flames. Needless to say, that did not end well. The fire grew out of control, and we had to call the fire department. The idiom "add fuel to the fire" actually means to make a bad situation worse, not to literally add more fuel to a physical fire. It's a figurative expression that refers to taking an action that intensifies or exacerbates a conflict or problem. Let me show you how it's used correctly. Imagine your boss is already in a bad mood, and you accidentally spill coffee on their desk. If you then start apologizing profusely and drawing more attention to the situation, you'd be adding fuel to the fire. Instead, the best thing to do would be to quietly clean up the mess and avoid drawing any more attention to the problem. Now, let's look at some examples of how you can use "add fuel to the fire" in different contexts. In a casual conversation, she just kept arguing with him, adding fuel to the fire. In a formal setting, the CEO's inflammatory remarks only served to add fuel to the fire of the ongoing corporate scandal. In a negative context, the politician's controversial comments only added fuel to the fire of tensions in the community. In a humorous context, when I accidentally spilled my drink on my date, I just kept apologizing profusely, adding fuel to the fire of the awkward situation. In a literary context, the author's vivid descriptions of the conflict between the two characters only served to add fuel to the fire of the ongoing tension in the novel. In a business setting, the CEO's heated response to the shareholders' criticism only added fuel to the fire of the ongoing debate about the company's direction. On social media, the influencer's controversial tweet sparked a heated debate online, with both sides adding fuel to the fire. To help you remember the meaning of this idiom, think of a literal fire. The more fuel you add, the bigger and hotter it becomes. The same principle applies to this figurative usage. This idiom likely comes from the obvious effect of adding fuel to a fire, making it burn more intensely. Over time, the expression has evolved to reflect how certain actions or words can intensify a conflict or problem, much like adding more fuel to a fire. Similar idioms include pouring oil on the fire and fanning the flames, while opposites might be calming the waters or cooling the tensions. Let's try this. The politician's inflammatory remarks only added fuel to the fire of the ongoing political debate. Now, let's rephrase that without using the idiom. The politician's inflammatory remarks only intensified the ongoing political debate. I once witnessed a coworker who, in an attempt to apologize for a mistake, kept bringing up the issue over and over again, which only made the situation worse. That's a classic example of adding fuel to the fire. One common mistake is using it in a positive context. Like, I added fuel to the fire by encouraging her to pursue her dream. That's not quite right. The idiom is meant to describe a negative escalation. Okay, let's test your understanding. 1. What is the meaning of the idiom "add fuel to the fire"? A. To make a bad situation worse. B. To start a new fire. C. To keep a fire burning longer. Correct answer, A. 2. Which of these expressions is synonymous with add fuel to the fire? A. Calm the waters. B. Pour oil on the fire. C. Cool the tensions. Correct answer, B. 3. Which of these expressions is the opposite of add fuel to the fire? A. Fan the flames. B. Calm the waters. C. Pouring gasoline on the fire. Correct answer, B. Well, there you have it, the ins and outs of the English idiom add fuel to the fire. Remember, the key is to avoid actions or words that escalate a problem, and instead focus on calming the situation. Now it's your turn. Share an example of how you might use this idiom in a sentence. And be sure to like and subscribe for more English idiom lessons.